Welcome back to my Toads. Football and PSG have just won their game against Toulouse 3-1 at Parc des Princes. And to be very honest with you, the game went as I said it would go. It was not an easy watch. It was not easy on the eye. If I'm being very honest with you, both the teams were not really up to the mark. And it is expected coming back from the international break. The players are not really on the same level as they would have expected. The type of football that they played, it was not what the fans are accustomed to, or the style that the teams play usually. And again, it's not surprising. There were a lot of misplaced passes. A lot of the players looked out of pace, if I'm being very honest with you. And from both the sides, not just PSG or Toulouse, both the teams were like that. If we talk about the game, Toulouse, I think they started really good in the first 4-5 minutes. They were really explosive. They tried to have a go at PSG, but they were not really able to do anything in the final third, and that was basically the story of the night for Toulouse. They created, they would start a move. They would be really good in midfield, but when it really mattered in the final third, their pass was not coming, or when the pass went, there was nobody to receive that, and that really hurt Toulouse. I mean, they created good amount of chances, but there was only one shot on target, and that was the goal, and that just tells you the story of the night. PSG themselves, they were not really good. They got that first goal. I mean, that goal was the difference for majority of that game. And Ousmane Dembele, I mean, take about that left foot volley was amazing strike. There are, you don't score that many good goals in a season, and I think Ousmane Dembele probably has scored his goal of the season. The way the ball comes in, the way he just waits for it and then hits it. I mean, it was perfect goal. PSG take the lead, but that lead doesn't last. I think last time, I think it lasted just 2 minutes, and Toulouse get a corner, and I mean the goalkeeper was all over the place for PSG. Drops it right towards the Toulouse player, and they header comes in, and Toulouse get level, and it becomes 1-1. And Toulouse at that moment in time, they were defending really good. It was a really good game of football, and the pressure you could sense. Even the crowd was a little restless when it was 1-1. But again, they get a corner, PSG get a corner, and again it was Ousmane Dembele. I think it was quite a cheap goal to concede from Toulouse. I mean, the ball came in directly, nobody really went at it. A pullback comes in, and Ousmane Dembele is there sitting, standing empty. Nobody's really marking him, and he basically taps the ball in, and it becomes a 2-1. And that was a really hard blow for Toulouse, if I'm being very honest with you. I think they played a lot of quite well up until that moment, but the moment the second goal went in, I think they lost a lot of confidence, in my opinion. We went into the halftime with the score at 2-1, came back in the second half, and it was all PSG. I think for the first 15-20 minutes, PSG had like 15 shots on goal as compared to 0 from Toulouse. But again, they were not really able to do anything. The shots were going in, but they were not on a target. As I said, you could see the players that they were really struggling. Some of them were tired. There was jet lag. You could see it affected the international break, and coming back from that played its part on the players, if I'm being very honest with you. And the game went on. As I said, Toulouse, they tried to create those chances. There were a lot of chances where Toulouse could have punished PSG. I mean, 8 or 9 times PSG lost the ball in their own half, but Toulouse were not really able to take advantage of it, and they would get into good positions, but the final pass was not there, and that really hurt Toulouse. And the more the game kept on going at 2-1, there was only one team that looked like scoring, and it was PSG. And it's not like the PSG played that good as compared to Toulouse. I think they were also quite wasteful in front of the goal. They were quite wasteful in midfield. And Luis Enrique makes the changes, and he brings in Vitinha, and I think he brings in Gonzalo Ramos. I think that was a really good substitutions for him. I think Kvaratskhelia had a great game. I think he was the most dangerous player. Even though Dembele ended up scoring a brace, I think Kvaratskhelia was the best player on the pitch tonight. The moment he brings in Vitinha, I think that really helped PSG in that midfield. He helped a lot of settle a lot of nerves for the PSG player. The moment he came on, the misplaced passes were on. They kept on getting the possession, and they started to build on, and then right at the end, Gonzalo Ramos scored a wonderful goal to make it 3-1. Do I think the scoreline reflects what happened in the game? I really don't think so. In my opinion, I think 2-1 would have been a fairer scoreline. I know PSG were in most of the time in control of the game, but as I said, they really did not create, and if not for that wonder goal from Ousmane Dembele, they would have been struggling at a 1-1. So overall, I think it was quite a tight game by both of the sides, and I think it was a good way to start a Liga after the international break, because up until the 90th moment, up until Gonzalo Ramos scored at that goal, you just everybody was on the edge of their seat, because one could move from Toulouse and the game would have been 2-2 and PSG dropped the points, and that becomes the news. But credit where credit is due. The experience of PSG players comes in. I think there was one time where Hakimi made a great save, and Mendes comes in. He plays on that left wing side. I think that really helped PSG having all that experience. William Pacho, I think, at the back, whenever there was a trouble, he was really up for it. He helped, I think he was one of the reasons why Toulouse were not really able to make that final pass or make that final magic happen in the 6-yard box. So all in all, a very comprehensive performance from PSG. Even though they were not really at their best, they ended up getting the 3 points, and that's what matters. They are now 4 points ahead of Lens. They have a game in hand, and the pressure goes back right to Lens, and they don't have an easy game. They have a derby game against Lille, so it will be interesting to see how they respond to this game. As I said in my prediction video, this was a massive game for PSG. I said it was not going to be an easy game. I went for a 2-0 win for PSG, but I said it would be quite a struggling game for them, and it sort of was like that. But at the end of the day, as I said, they win this game. Now they can concentrate towards the Champions League quarterfinal against Liverpool in the midweek. Toulouse, on the other hand, I would say they should be really proud. I think they played really good. They kept PSG under a lot of pressure. They created a lot of chances, but as I said, in that final moment, they really were not really able to step up. And there was nobody who basically took responsibility from Toulouse side that I'm going to be the one that somehow tries to score the goal. Even the goal that they scored, it was a mistake from the PSG goalkeeper. It was nothing special from Toulouse. The header was really good, but it comes from a PSG mistake. So that basically, in a way, as I said, I think PSG deserved to win this game. The scoreline was not good, but for Toulouse, I think they are trying to finish in the top 10, and if they continue to play like this, the performance was good. There were things that the manager would have looked at and would be really happy with it. But there was some little tweaking still needed for Toulouse to make sure that they end up in the top 10. So yeah, that is it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comment section below. And do you think PSG are going to go all the way, or do you think we are going to have a surprise champions in France with Lens? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.